There's three areas that I want to focus on, but I'll take my turn. I don't want to do all the talking, but I'd ask you to come back to me. So the three areas I want to talk about: city ordinances and this specific ordinance, the mechanics of it. I want to talk about enforcement, and then I want to talk about how I'll make my decision. So if I could just start with the first one, and then you come back to me.
And then we can lead into enforcement, right?
Oh, yes.
And then we can have Chief White come in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. City ordinances. I want to just in general talk about city ordinances. I have about 30 years of law enforcement under my belt, 26 years here in Coeur d'Alene, and I enforced a lot of city ordinances. I'll tell you about just some that you maybe aren't even aware of. You can't smoke on the city beach. You can't drink alcohol in the park unless it's a permitted event in a certain park. You can't shoot fireworks off in the city park, and you certainly can't on Tubbs Hill. Councils in the past came together and said, you know, we have a lot of people that come to visit us. They like to bring those bottle rockets, and so we're going to protect Tubbs Hill from being a big fire danger. You can't let your dog bark all night. I've knocked on people's doors at 3 in the morning and said, you know, Spot's out here barking. Everybody in the neighborhood hears him but you. And so people generally comply. They bring the dog in. Now, if I go back the next night, the dog's still barking, everyone's awake. And then you don't do warnings anymore. You say, here's your citation, press hard, make 2 copies, because what we're looking for is a change in behavior. That's for the betterment of that entire neighborhood. Other examples, you can't leave your boats and your RVs on city streets. Right now, if anybody's watching, please go move those boats and RVs so our city crews can get in and remove snow. These are city ordinances that restrict your movements, restrict your freedoms. They've been developed over time in the interest of public peace and public safety. I don't even talk about state and federal laws, which there's thousands, that are all revolving around the same kind of theme. So what's being proposed today, this would be a temporary ordinance. All those other ones that I've talked about, and there's a lot more I could talk about, those are permanent. And I don't think you're going to find a city council now or in the future that are going to go back and revisit and say, yeah, we're going to let your dog bark all night. Have at it. We're just not going to do that. If we put in place a mask mandate, my proposal would be, it's obviously temporary, it's written that way, it's a temporary proposal to help our community slow the spread. So with that, if we could talk about specifics of this proposal, Mr. Mayor, when we go through it, I don't know if someone's going to present